Hey, we back. I'm here on Mudae and we are talking about pins. We did a video on Kales recently that covered pins. This is something a little different because if we have a look at our profile, we have our pins here. Of course, the number, as I mentioned last time, is significantly higher than it used to be because a bunch of pins have been added. And then we have our pins here that we used to have, which caps out at just over 800. Obviously, I was missing a few of them on this particular server, but there's actually a couple extra. So we've got the 2,347. I will tell you now that there is actually 4 more, and I'm going to discuss them briefly in this video. They are secret pins. You can see evidence of these if I go and check my pins. You can see pins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. They're all numbered, and then we'll have logo pins and stuff at the end. But we have here pin 0. Pin 0 is not counted in this value, but it is, as you can see, quite obviously a pin. It's a missing no from Pokemon. Comes before the Mudae pin, and it was added, I'm not sure exactly when, but I would say a few months ago probably. People mostly have been looking for it and the other secret pins for approximately a month now, but they've certainly been around for a few months. So yeah, the question is, how do you get it? We'll start with pin 0 and then I'll go on to the other ones in a second. So pin 0, to be perfectly honest, I'm not 100% sure despite having it. I'm also not going to tell you everything because that would ruin the fun. It's a secret pin. You're meant to go and find out for yourself, but I will give you a bit of a hint to get you started if you do want to go on the hunt for pin 0. First of all, you're going to want to head down to a large Mudae server, potentially the official one, for example, where a lot of people have pin 0 and a lot of people have the other ones we'll discuss in a minute as well. Now, the hint here is the fact that it's missing no. This is Pokemon, right? So the method of getting it also has something to do with Pokemon. Now, there have been a lot of theories going around. For example, you may have to have particular Pokemon in your Pokedex to get it. You may have to have recently received a particular Pokemon to get it. And if, like I said, you have a search around on the official server here, you can find other people getting it and try and figure out what it is that they've done in order to get the pin. What I will tell you, though, is that you get it in regular KLs, you know, the same as any other pin like this, KL10, and you get some pins potentially, like here. But what you have to do first, you have to do some Pokerolls before the KLs. So you probably want to do like an ARL, do a bunch of Pokerolls and then go for KLs afterwards or something like that. I don't know much more information than that, to be perfectly honest. I know a little bit more, but I'm going to keep that under wraps. If you do want to come and discuss it on my Discord server, the link is in the description as always, and we can have a chat. But that's all I'm going to say for now. As you can see, it did totally work for me. I have the pin. I know in which situation I got it in. So yes, I have a rough idea of how you get it. But at any rate, it's the Pokemon that you're going to want to be doing. So I would suggest having a look into that. The next 3 pins are kind of a bit weird because they're not actually pins at all. So I'm going to go and find someone getting them now. Alright, here we go. Here is the other 3. This is the Reggie pins. Now, you can see immediately that something's a little different about these, because while you do get them in KLs, as you can see here, they came as a set of 3. They've got the little Pokemon symbol next to them, and they didn't get put with the other Mudae pins. So, what does this mean? Well, first of all, again, they have something to do with Pokemon. This should be obvious given that they are Reggies. Reggie Ice, Reggie Rock, and Reggie Steel. But the other thing is that they aren't actually pins at all. They actually count as badges, which is interesting. Now, of course, pins count as badges too, but the Reggie pins count exclusively as badges. I'm not sure if they're global badges or not. I actually wouldn't be surprised if they are, but this means that they won't count as pins. They won't give you an extra +1 to your DK. It also means that you can't buy them. If there's someone that you know that does know how to get pin 0, you can offer to pay them some caca or something like that to give you a pin 0, because pins can be traded. But badges cannot, so you can't get the Reggie pins other than this. Of course, you do get all 3 of them at once, so you don't have to go searching around for them. You may notice as well that this person here that got them did a single KL, which is kind of interesting. I'll tell you now that actually every single person that has got the Reggie pins, at least on the official server, got them using a single KL. So I don't know if that's just a coincidence or if this is actually a method to get them. I will add disclaimer that I do not have the Reggie pins yet, so while I do have a pretty rough idea of how to get pin 0, I'm still a little stumped on these ones. Again, there's a lot of theories going around that you need to get a certain Pokemon, you need to get a certain Pokemon right before you do the KLs. The most popular theory appears to be that you need to get, Cliff and Wailord, who I think is in the game the ones that you need to get the Reggies, but I can confirm that is not as simple as it sounds, because I have those Pokemon and I do not have the Reggie pins. So there's certainly something more to it than that. But yes, at any rate, I'm sure you can do a little hunting yourself and find out about it. I know that there are some hints around the official server. The moderators and admins on here have confirmed that. So you can certainly find what you're looking for if you dig hard enough. But I also don't want to say too much on the video because, as the mods and admins on the server would say themselves, that would ruin the fun. So yes, all in all, it's a nice little treasure hunt. I wish you good luck in finding them. The pin 0 pin actually does do something because it counts as a pin and it gives you an extra Kakwa for your DK and etc, which is cool, can be traded. If you know how to get it, you can sell them on. So yeah, that's certainly worth getting. The Reggies, pretty much just a flex. You can add them to your profile, I guess, if you want, with the PB command, PA, that we were talking about in the last video. So there is that, but other than that, the Reggie pins don't actually do anything, so well. Anyway, I will leave this video here. Bye!